What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? Here we are on this, the 19th of April. We just started a new day, 21 hours, 32 minutes left. Sitting at about 1.88 cents right now. We had a nice little bullish finish to the day. Yes, we closed yesterday red, but pretty damn neutral. We had this moment. I love it whenever I see this, man, where you get these moments where it's a bearish engulfing candle at the base, but then you work the rest of the day back to pull it up. I love it, man. And I really do think if we look at this, you've actually broken out of this bull flag. We've broken out of this bull flag today. We broke out of it. Let me show you. I'll prove it to you right now, okay? We take this high here. We connect it down to this high here. And if you notice, what we've done is, yes, in fact, we have broken out of this bull flag, haven't we? Finding resistance, 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 resistance. We started to do a little dance with it instead of rejecting off of it, right? We got a little bit more familiar, and we did break through finally. Looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, it's a little bit more obvious. And what we have right now, guys, is decent volume coming in to buy, decent volume coming in to buy here, okay? There was no volume to follow through right here, unfortunately, and that's why we went down. But now we've got this flat base. Volume is building. It's decaying a little bit right now, as like in reference to this here. It is decaying a little bit. But as volume decays, you come to the end of your consolidation phase, your relative consolidation phase, and whenever you get that volume to come in, you're going to break out one way or the other. And I do believe that we're going to break out to the upside. You've got a bull flag that you just broke out of, right? This is the top line. You broke out of it, right? And this is how we know we're not cherry picking. This is how we know that we're being legit with ourselves, okay? Right? Just if you can answer. Some people have a hard time being honest with themselves. I feel like I have a really good time at being honest with myself. Maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but just looking at this, right? I always like to look at the other side. The reason why, and this is what I mean by being honest with yourself, right? Like you could look at this and be like, that's not that significant. We're not going to break out to the upside. You know, it's still probably going to go down. And that could be true, right? It could be true. But if that's your attitude to this, my question then would be, if we were looking at this as a bull flag, okay, and what we did instead of breaking out to the upside here, we saw something like this to the downside. I feel like if we saw this and we were seeing this kind of movement to the downside, and I took the approach, it's not that big of a deal though. You know, sometimes this happens that we can move up, and yeah, sure, sometimes that's true. But if I had that kind of attitude, I feel like I'm coping. You know what I mean? Where here it's like let's not cope. Let's not be in denial here. What's about to happen? We've done this before, and it resulted in positive things, okay? Not only that, you zoom into this bull flag, very clear bull flag that we're breaking above right here. You have a flat base with descending lows. You guys know I love that structure. I say flat base, a flat top. Flat top. I don't care what the size. It's on a 1 hour time frame, whatever. This is beautiful. This is great. 1 hour time frame, 1 month. The bigger, the better. Of course it is. But that look, flawless. Almost always is it flawless, you guys, especially this tight like this. And the reason why I love this right here is that we are a little bit breaking out from the bull flag, right? We have a little bit of a breakout, but this right here, this will likely push us higher. We'll get above these highs. We'll get back above 2 cents. It'll become very clear as to what's going to happen, and seeing this before it happens gets you prepared, right? There's going to be a lot of people that are only going to see it as it happens, but we've got it beforehand. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but this is a great time to buy. Right, I bought back into XCN. Was it? I think it was at these lows over here. Yeah, we had a little run up. What was it? Was it? Maybe it was these lows. Yeah, it was. It was these lows over here because we had the immediate run up and then we dropped off. Would have been a nice play a couple times. It would have been a really nice play, but I didn't play the game because I very much do believe that we're on our way, you guys. This bull flag's breaking out right now. We've got a bullish break to the upside. We're on our way to this measure move, which the measure move from the low of the flagpole, not the low of this overall flag here, but this move from a low to a high. If you put it at the base of the flag there, that measure move takes you up to 5.6, 5.7 cents, somewhere in that area. You guys, bull flag measure moves are just ideas. They're not requirements. I didn't go to a cave in the middle of the desert and find this written in ancient Sanskrit on a tablet made of stone. That's not what happened. It's just an idea, okay? It's not perfect. You can fall short of it, and we have reasons to fall short of it. Look at that. You've got a daily high close right there that we haven't gotten above in a very long time. You have a daily wicking high right there at 4.9 cents, 3.6 cents. You have from an overall high to a low here, you've got Fibonacci levels that are encapsulating both of these zones as well. You know, you could find resistance at a lower price than where the measure move is. On the flip side to that, you could exceed it. You could see higher prices. So with the measure move, and I'm going to speak plainly here instead of doing this beating around the bush thing where it's like it could go this, it could go just below, it could go just above. With measure moves, generally, I accept it as an idea, but I do look for that to be pretty accurate as to where we're going to go. Unless there's other information involved, I could really see us stopping at this measure move, because what I think that would offer is some uncertainty. Stopping here, and if the market makers are aware of this, if there are people who are, let's say, playing game with this here, or playing the game with this here, and they're trying to manipulate the market, shake out weak hands so that they can load up more before it goes higher, prove if you're worthy in order to sustain these higher prices, this would be a good price to do it. Because if you find resistance right here, right just above this, what's that going to look like? That's going to look like a double top. It's going to look like a fake out scenario. People are going to start looking like, oh, we're going to go below this low, even though we've validated the hell out of this low, man, even though we validated it. And those scares will come from a higher price. People are already nervous here, but then those same fears will get up here. That'll create a liquidity grab event. People will sell off. There'll be a shakeout that happens. And just like this one here, whenever you're at the lowest point, when you're at an area that actually makes sense to find support, because you're at an area here where you found support before, you found some resistance before back here, all in this area, you're going to do the same thing, right? You're going to find support at key areas and continue to move up. I just think it would make sense from a fear perspective, right? Thinking about what would cause people the most damage to their psyche, mentally speaking, looking at this coin. If we're looking at it just very plainly speaking here, right? You make a move like this, imagine this happens, and then you see this happen, and you've got this from an overall perspective. Does it not look like a double top? Like, wouldn't it look like an M pattern? M patterns, generally speaking, you go below the nipple here. So that would scare the hell out of some people, especially if you really got underway. And OnyxCoin, XCN, I'm talking about this, and we don't even know if it's going to happen. This whole story I'm painting, this picture that I'm painting for you guys, it might not even happen. But I like to think prospectively, and this to me, if our measure move is here, I'm just thinking psychologically. If I had no clue what was going on and I was just taking a guess and gambling, and I'm emotional, I'm thinking back to my first cycle, like just raw emotion, that would scare me, right? Even if I'm first cycle raw emotion, I don't know what I'm talking about, I would at least know what a double top looks like, and that would scare me, right? There's probably going to be other people that are spreading FUD about it up here, and that would scare me too. Those kind of emotions can create rapid sell-off events. It doesn't look like much, but from a high here to a low there, we dropped 48%, guys, in less than a day. Guess what? We did it again on the next day. From a high there to a low there, we dropped, how much is that? That's 43%. We did it twice. Imagine how many people panic sold, panic bought, panic sold, like the emotion that happens there. It's so fast. That's why they call it a shakeout. And I could really see that those kind of emotions coming in once we're up at this area. Now we don't have to see 5.6 cents, 5.7 cents. Again, don't get your heart set on that. I do plan on playing the game here. I plan on selling some. I'm not going to sell on the way up. When we break out of this bull flag, I'm waiting for the measure move. If we go higher than the measure move, cool. That's fine. It can go up without me. Well, it's not going to go up without me because the amount that I'm trading is very insignificant to the amount. I will still be holding some XCN. So if I sell here and it keeps on going, good. I'm making more money anyways. But and that's the whole purpose at the end of the day. But with the bag that I am playing with the like less than 3%, it's actually it was like 2.5%. Now it's like 3.5% of my total portfolio. It's grown a little bit just with these recent play areas that we've had over the past couple weeks here. I'm going to take the same opportunity to play here, sell that bag. Best comes to best, it pulls back like I'm thinking, find support at a prior area of resistance where we can find support off of there, and then continue to move up. Or worst comes to worst, we just keep moving up anyways, and I have to put my money in something else, maybe in Cookie DAO, maybe in Prime, XYO, whatever. I'm not saying these for any reason, maybe Cookie DAO for a reason. Which I might have to buy back in, damn it, because it looks like it's not going to go lower. You're also getting this kind of flat top here, right? With some ascending lows, so I might have to buy some Cookie DAO after this, just get back in that position before it takes off. But not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Getting back to the task at hand here, guys. I really do think that we're on our way to something special. By the end of this month, probably over the next week, I expect it's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen in a 3-day period, if instead it took a week to happen, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it took a little bit longer. With it taking longer, you might see some inconsistencies where you just have some volatility here and there, right? And that can shake people out too. I don't plan on playing the game. If I do, if it's very obvious, if I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame, the 15-minute time frame, the 4 hour, and it's looking very obvious like we're going to be at a sell point, we're at a key fib area and stuff like that, I see the right levels of volume coming in, okay, I'll play the game, I'm open to it. But the main thought, at least right now, the plan that I have right now is to just really hold through this breakout move. I don't care what's coming my way. I am expecting it to take more than 3 days time. I think it's going to take a little bit more time, but that's okay, man. It could take a week. I'll wait a week for for what would be like a 200% growth. I'm okay with that. I think you know what I mean. That's when I see that, it's like, this is what I'm going to play my game with anyways. Why would I play with anything in between? I could just wait, hold that, sell at a key area, a measure move area, sell just above here where we have a slight double top, and then buy back in later. I don't have to play the game too much, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're looking to play the game, if you're looking to trade, something that's very important to remember is that, and this is something that I learned very early, thankfully. Shout out to Eric Crown from Crown's Crypto Cave, because his trading psychology series, man, I'm going to take a direct like quote kind of out of that. Let's go here. Hopefully I can remember what I'm saying by the time I get to it, but I want to give this guy a shout out. I think every person who's learning how to trade, learning how to handle charts, and just like investing, even if you're not a trader, if you're just an investor, you should watch this. It's a great series, and it's all for free. Eric Crown Crypto, yeah, with the C. His Eric with the C, Crown with a K. You go to his playlist here, and I hope he doesn't seem like the guy that would ever do this, but I hope he never charges for it. I think that this is a great free thing right here. Trading Psychology series is beautiful. 53 videos, all of them gold, just perfect, really perfect. He's really calm and collected and well spoken in these videos, and just he applies all. I mean, he's got a lot more experience than I do, and actually comes from a traditional background. I think that this is very important stuff to consider. So what was I gonna say? Damn it, I got distracted. The thing that I was gonna say. I'm gonna watch this video and be like, oh, that would have been a good point to throw in there, but I can't remember what I was gonna say. What is it, man? When we get up here, oh yes, okay. So the fallacy. And he says this. I don't know what video it is, but he says this in there, and I've heard him say it before. But this is something that I picked up from him specifically: is that the fallacy of a trader is thinking that you know. And some guy actually said this to me on X.com, and this is like living proof of what mentality new traders have. But they were saying, sorry, C-Zar, like, you know, I know you say to just wait this one out, but a cook's gotta eat, or a cook's gotta make food, fisherman's gotta fish, a trader's gotta trade. And that sounds nice logically, right? But the reality is a trader does not have to trade. In fact, the more that you trade, think of it like gambling, because it essentially is, right? Just gambling with an edge if you're doing it in a sophisticated manner. The more you trade, the more likely you're going to be wrong. No trader out there is 100% right 100% of the time. No way. You're lucky. You're lucky. I shouldn't say lucky. You're skilled if you can be right 60% of the time. You're going to be wrong 40%. The more that you trade, the more money you might make, but the more money you might lose too. And if you don't have good risk management, that can mess with you, right? And all I'm trying to say by that is you're going to up your chances of successful trades, of successful investments and moves, if instead of thinking you have to be in a trade every single day of every single waking hour of every single week, instead of that, if you're an opportunist, look for an opportunity. And this is what I mean, right? Sure, there might be these little wigwags all the way up here, but the real opportunity is going to be that slightly higher high, right? And then a pullback if things happen the way that I think they're going to. I mean, who knows? This bull flag might be a lie. Maybe we come up here and we form a double top. I don't know. We don't know the future. We're just going with what our expectations are. We can change that as it goes, and it's important as a trader, as an investor, to be able to be fluid with the market circumstances that present you, that are presented to you. But the point that I'm offering here, the ideology that I'm offering here, is that you do not, and it's probably not good to be in a trade 24/7. It's okay. You can be a successful trader and make a lot of money if you do like 12 trades in an entire year. Whoa. In a whole year. That's 12 trades means one buy, one sell. That's one trade, right? You could do one a month and be wildly successful if you just do it at the right moments, and you wait for the opportunity, and you're not like a bored teenager jumping at every opportunity that you get, right? Just look for the ones that are obvious. And I'm going off on a whole philosophy here, but if there are some obvious ones, I will let you guys know on X.com. You can follow me at Chris Harris 85. That's me. Okay. If there are some obvious ones along the way, I'll let you guys know if I sell or trade or any of that. But, I tried that here at 1.911 cents. And that was a good, we made some profits, bought in at lower prices. That was great. Could have made more. If I just let it play out on its own. So I'm kind of planning on just letting this play out on its own. We'll see how it goes. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I really, really, really recommend this trading psychology series. I think if you're bored tonight, if you're bored tomorrow, over the coming days, you can binge this easy, man. It's really, really easy to understand, and just you hear it and it just speaks to you. It's real. It's very real stuff, and it's really good information. And it comes from somebody who genuinely just wants to help, and it's all free, man. It's all free. It's good stuff. So I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. One last shout out to Eric Crown there. I got nothing else for you, Bob.